Good morning, Year Ones. Today for our maths learning we are going to be practicing our addition. So we haven't done this for a little while, so we thought it would be a really good idea to recap and work on this over the week. So what does this symbol mean? You should be an expert at this symbol. It means add. And we can use that action, can't we, with our arms to help us remember add. Good. So it's the addition symbol, and we can use the words add or plus. Addition is putting numbers together. When we use this symbol, we use it when we're writing an addition number sentence. So what is this symbol? We do this action, don't we? So it's the equal symbol. The numbers on the left of the equal symbol will total the same as the number on the right. They are equal. We could say is the same as instead of saying equals. They both mean the same thing. So do you remember when we had our weighing scales at school when we was practicing addition and we were weighing, we put our equal symbol in the middle of our scales, and when we put our bears or our numicon in, it had to level out to make it the same as or equals. Okay, so before we start thinking about different ways that we could practice our adding and different resources we could use, we're going to sing an addition song to warm up. This one's on YouTube if you want to find it and practice it some more.
Learning upgrade. Two little birds sitting in a tree. Another bird joined them in that tree. Two at the birds, let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3. Three little birds sitting in a tree. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 happy frogs sunning on a rock. 2 frogs join them on that rock. 2 at the frogs, let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 happy frogs sunning on a rock. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 4 goldfish swimming in a pond. 3 goldfish join them in that pond. 2 at the goldfish, let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goldfish. 4 plus 3 equals 7. 5 lazy lizards climbing up a wall. 3 lizards join them on that wall. 2 at the lizards, let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lizards. 5 plus 3 equals 8.
Hope you enjoyed that addition song. Okay, so let's look at the number line. When we have an addition sentence, which direction do we jump along? So you might want to get your number lines to help you today from your learning packs. Have a think, which way do we jump? Do we jump along this way or do we jump this way? Which way do you think? Is it the yellow arrows or the pink arrows? It's the yellow arrows, so we jump forwards on our number line when we are adding. So what about the pink arrows? What are they showing? They're showing when we subtract, aren't they? We jump backwards when we subtract and we jump forwards when we add. So if you look at the numbers, they are getting greater. So when we jump along to the right and we jump forwards along our number line, the numbers are getting greater. When we are adding, we are making the number greater. So let's look at some different ways that we, different resources and different ways that we use at school to help us to add. So our number sentence at the top says 2 plus 6 equals. So we could use a number line or our part whole model, or we could use Numicon. So let's start with a number line. Now if we were using the number line, what number would we start at? So we wouldn't actually start with the number 2, we would start on the number 6. So we pick the greatest number out of our two numbers because then we have less jumps to make. So we're going to find our number 6. Now we need to add on our 2 because we have our 2 left. So we're going to do 2 jumps forward, and that's our answer. So now we know that 2 plus 6 equals 8, or 6 plus 2 equals 8. They both mean the same thing. So let's look at our Numicon next. So when we use our Numicon, we see which shapes fit together perfectly, don't we? So we know that this is a 6 piece and this is a 2 piece. So we would move them and place them on top of our 8 piece to see that they fit perfectly. So 2 and 6 must make 8. We can also write it in our part whole model, can't we? So we know that our parts at the bottom would be our 2 and our 6, and our whole number is at the top, which is 8. You could put 6 in your head, the greatest number, 6. And we know that we've got 2 left, so we can carry on counting from 6. So 6, 7, 8. And that's our whole number, our total number. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Okay, let's look at it using a tens frame. So we've got 2 in this tens frame and we have 6 over here, and we know that it's 6 because we can see that the top line is full, so that must mean 5, and 1 more than 5 is 6. So we have 2 plus 6 equals, so what would we do? Would we move all of these spaceships over here? Or would we move these 2 over to here? We would move the 2 across, wouldn't we? So off they fly over there. Now we can work this out really quickly, the answer, using a tens frame, because we know that if this was full it would make 10, wouldn't it? So how many spaces have we got left on our tens frame? We've got just 2, and we're really getting good at our number bonds now. So we know that 10 take away 2 is 8. So it's a really quick way to work out the total. Or you know that 5, there are 5 at the top. We know this is 5 without needing to count, don't we? 5, and then we carry on counting. 5, put 5 in your head. 6, 7, 8. So we know that the total altogether is 8. Okay, let's try again, this time with 5 plus 5. So we would start on our number 5 on the number line, and how many jumps would we do? We would do 5 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we land on number 10. If we were using our Numicon, we would have to put the 2 5 pieces on top of another shape, on top of another number, to see which fits. So in this case, they fit perfectly on top of a number 10. So we know that the answer is 10. On our part whole model, we would know that our 2 parts are 5s, and our whole number at the top would be our number 10. And we can put 5 in our head and carry on counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is our total altogether. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, so let's look with our tens frame then. This is a nice easy one. So we know that when a tens frame is full at the top, that is 5. So on both these tens frames, there's 5 and there's 5. So if we move that 5 across, we can see that the tens frame is full. So we don't have to count them, do we? We know that there must be 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of addition practice now. So you're going to look at the pictures and complete the addition number sentences. We're going to do the first one together, and then you can pause the video in between each one and you can write them in your book. Okay, so we're going to count the objects we're going to count each set of objects, and then we're going to count them all together, just like we did in our song, and then you're going to work out what the answer is. So you could work this out by saying it out loud, or you can write it in your homeschool book. It's completely up to you. Okay, you can also use your number line to help you if you want to. Okay, let's start with the first one. So we're going to count the top row of caterpillars. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that there are 4. Now let's count the bottom row of caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. There are 3. So it's 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3. If I was adding on my number line, I would start on the biggest number, which is 4, and I would do 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3, and I would land on my number 7. So my answer is 7. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Now see if you can work out the next one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acorns. And how many Lego bricks have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Lego bricks. 5 plus 4. So which is my biggest number? Is it 5 or 4? It's 5. So I'd find my 5 on my number line, and how many jumps do I need to do? I need to do 4 because that's the other number I have. So 5 plus 4. I start on my number 5 and I'm going to do 4 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I land on number 9. So I know that's my answer. Okay. So now I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can work out the next one by yourself. Okay, hopefully you've had a go. So we know that there are 1, 2, 3 apples. So it's 3 plus how many carrots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 plus 5. Now, which number did you start with on your number line? Did you start on the 3 or the 5? So hopefully you started on the number 5 because we always start on the biggest number on our number line. So 5, and how many jumps did you do? So hopefully you did 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3. Did you land on your number 8? Super job. Okay, let's do the next one. So pause the video and work out the next one for me. Okay, hopefully you got two toads, and how many snails? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 plus 5 equals. Now this time I'm going to show you not with a number line but in my head. So I know my biggest number is 5 in this number sentence. So I'm going to put 5 in my head and use my fingers to count on the extra number. So I put 5 in my head and I'm adding on 2. Ready? 5, 6, 7. My total number altogether equals 7. So 2 add 5 makes or equals 7. Okay, let's try a few more. So pause the video and count the Lego bricks all together to work out your total. So hopefully you counted 10 Lego bricks at the top and you counted 3 at the bottom. So how did you work out the answer? So hopefully you put 10 in your head and you counted on 3. So 10, 11, 12, 13. 10 plus 3 equals 13. Okay, next one. So pause the video and work out the next one for me. So straight away we can see there's one sun, and we are getting really good at just recognising groups of objects and knowing that that is 4. So hopefully you saw straight away that there were 4. 1 plus 4, oh, we can do this on one hand. You know that we have 4 fingers there, and when we add our thumb, that makes 5. That was a nice simple one. So next, oh, I've just given you an answer. I want you to pause the video and work out the next one. We've got dinosaurs and butterflies next. Okay, so you know that there were 3 dinosaurs. How many butterflies were there? There were 3 butterflies. So what's the total altogether? 3 plus 3. So we put 3 in our head, and we're going to add on another 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. What's our total altogether is 6. Okay, one more to practice. We have how many pegs and how many keys. Pause the video to work out your total. So hopefully you counted 2 pegs really quickly. And let's see how many keys we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 plus 8 equals, Now if you're really good at your number bonds to 10, you would know straight away that 2 and 8, or 8 and 2, makes 10. Okay, so your independent task today is really fun. So we've given you some addition number sentences, so they'll be up on the website, or you can have a look on the screen. What I would like you to do is to make the starting 2 numbers that are in your addition number sentence on the plate. There is a plate and an alien as well in the resources, but you could use, I'm just going to use a real plate, and I've drawn my alien on a whiteboard to show you. And then you're going to feed the alien with the answer to count both numbers all together, just like we've been practicing. So let me show you what I mean. So if my addition number sentence was 3 plus 2 equals, my alien's feeling very hungry, so I'm going to make him the total number altogether. So my first number was 3. So I've got my plate, and I'm using Play-Doh for this, or you could use pasta if you want to. And I'm going to make my 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now what was the other number in my number sentence? It was 2. 3 plus 2. So I need 2 more balls of Play-Doh or alien food. So I've got my 3 and my 2. My 3 and my 2. Now I know that I have both of my numbers in my number sentence. I can feed them to my alien and see how many there are all together. So I'm going to feed him his food. And now I can count them all together. Hopefully they stay on like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that 3 plus 2 all together, it makes 5. So my answer is 5. Okay, you don't have to write all of these out in your book if you don't want to. The idea is that you just practice. You practice counting them all together and working out the total. You could, if you don't fancy using the Play-Doh and the alien idea, You could answer them using your number line and then write it out in your book. You could do your jumps, or you could use your 100 square, or if you're feeling super clever, you could just do it on your head and count on using your fingers. It's up to you. As a chili challenge, can you make at least two of your own addition number sentences? That'd be super. Well done, everybody.